Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have wonderful guests in studio today. We have Rich Gaydon. He's the SB Client Program Manager for BMO Harris Bank. Alongside him is Mike Hevela, President and CEO of Loaves and Fishes Community Service. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Rich, tell me a little bit about BMO's commitment to Naperville and its community.
So I think for BMO, our commitment to the community is really just embedded in our culture, whether it's for financing businesses expansion, for helping our communities, doing our part to help communities grow and thrive, or even just giving back in the communities we serve, which is something we've been doing for about 200 years. Regarding Naperville itself, we're very committed to Naperville. We've got 6 branches in town. We've got a market president, Tracy Nelson, who's headquartered here. In 2012, we opened up an operations center up on Warrenville Road.
Right.
There's about 2,000 employees there, so new jobs for the area, plus new customers for Naperville's restaurants and stores. And in addition to all that, we're very actively involved in community and working with great organizations like Loaves and Fishes.
Right. Well, and Mike, I think being a not-for-profit yourself and NCTV being one, I think we truly appreciate the roles that banks play in helping us all meet our community needs. Talk to us a little bit about BMO's commitment to Loaves and Fishes.
Absolutely. So our relationship with BMO Harris has been a long-standing relationship, and I will say a multifaceted relationship as well. BMO Harris has been a great partner of Loaves and Fishes. They have helped us with funding, which helps us provide the healthy food that we do for our clients and the other programs that we do for our clients. They have helped provide volunteer groups for us. I think my last count was over 40 in the last 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Which is very important because the volunteers are the backbone of our organization. Most of the work is done by volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
So with the funding and the volunteers, of course, they've allowed some of their team to be on our board, like Rich, and we greatly appreciate having an ability to tap into the brain power of organizations like BMO Harris, so great supporter in many ways. We also have a banking relationship with BMO Harris, helps us with cash management and credit cards and those type of things, as well as, I'll say very importantly, BMO Harris provided the first mortgage loan and the construction loan, which allowed us to build the facility that we're now in at 1871 High Grove. So really, without BMO Harris's stepping up and providing that financing, that building wouldn't exist. And so we wouldn't be able to have the impact on the community collectively between Loaves and Fishes and BMO Harris that we have today without BMO Harris stepping up in just so many ways. So our focus is really trying to do more for our clients, and it's really through the support of organizations like BMO Harris that allows us to serve the community better.
Talk to me a little bit about, you talked about the financial commitment, but he sits on your board too, so he gets to know you a little bit, and I think it's always nice to have a banker in your corner, or in your family, so to speak. Why is that important for BMO to be on a board and contribute like that?
Volunteerism, giving back is so important, and at BMO Harris, one of the things we have is we have a volunteer day every June, and all the employees have the opportunity to step away from their work day and spend part of that day out in the community. Last year we had 1,900 employees take part in it. We've been doing it since 2001, and and for me it's just been a fantastic experience. In the last handful of years, I've spent 2 days building houses at Habitat for Humanity. I spent a day doing landscaping at the Naperville YMCA, and then also a day at Loaves and Fishes. As Mike talked about, we have teams that come out there, and it's a great way for us, in addition to help supporting Loaves and Fishes, it's a great way for our employees to become more familiar with Loaves and Fishes. And doing all of this is just so rewarding. A great example of this, there's a car giveaway that happens every year at Loaves and Fishes. And I went last year, and at the end of the event, I went out to my car to leave, and I couldn't leave because I was parked in. And the car that had parked me in, I knew was one that had been given away to one of the Loaves and Fishes clients. And the lady in the car saw me, and before she saw me, I saw her, and she was just so, overjoyed, overwhelmed by by what happened. The fact that she now had a vehicle that she could use to get to work and to help her with life, and just to see that type of impact that can be made on an individual in your community through an organization like Loaves and Fishes it just makes volunteering so all that more worthwhile.
Well, it just really brings the mission home to see someone, because that could be your neighbor, that could be you. Because one of the things that surprises me with Loaves and Fishes are, who are your clients?
Right. So many of our clients, I think people may not realize this, but many of our clients are working. They have jobs. It's what we call the working poor. So people who cannot earn a living wage, especially if you're living in our area. And so most of the people we serve are families. Most of the people that we serve, many of the people that we serve do have jobs and are working hard, sometimes multiple jobs. And it's just really people trying to keep their heads above water. Often the people who come to Loaves and Fishes are people who are okay in their lives and they're living above the line, if you will, but they have one unexpected bill. It could be a medical bill, it could be an auto accident, it could be temporary job loss. They have one thing happen, and that's enough to move them to below the line where they need some help and they need some support. So
well, it's important that you're here in our community. And how does Rich, how does Loaves and Fishes values kind of line up with BMO's values?
It is amazing how well they line up. We have 4 core values at BMO. The first one is integrity, do the right thing. The second one is empathy, put others first. The third one is diversity, which is all around learning from differences. And then the fourth one is responsibility, which is my favorite, which is, we just simplify it as to make tomorrow better. And so if you think about it, the diverse client base that Loaves and Fishes has and the mission itself, it really is all about making tomorrow better for the clients, and they line up really well.
They do. And I think it's important. I think it really sums up the relationship of a bank to a community is having Loaves and Fishes and being able to support them, have the mission line up. That's just what makes Naperville a great place to live and work and play. So we thank you for all the support you do in the community, not only for Loaves and Fishes, but for everybody. So thank you very much, Mike. Nice to see you again. And we're going to be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.